All righty, Phil, go ahead.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this February 2022 general meeting of the Mike and Key Amateur Radio Club. We're all glad to have you here, and we'll begin this meeting with officer and editor reports, beginning with the president. Not much to report, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the swap meet a few Saturdays from now. So it should be a good time. Vice President Steve, are you ready to go?
I am ready to, well, I was
Ready to rock? All right.
We do have a quorum. Why don't we can go ahead and approve the previous club's minutes as published in the relay for the general meeting. So can we get a vote for that, please, Jim? So only club members, please vote.
All righty, there's the minutes of the meeting.
So the poll ended. Oh, unless
No, it's still going.
Oh, all right. I can't. Okay. I guess that's the downside of being a co-host.
You can't vote.
I can't vote.
All righty.
All right.
So it passes 33.
Okay. At this point in time, I see 5 new people as prospective members that have submitted, that have had their membership reviewed by the board and approved, are recommended for approval to the membership.
Steve, there are 6 actually.
Who is? I've got Michael. There is one person that came in after that was his membership showed up in February 17th. So that one is not available for a review at this point. So I'll go through the list I have, and if there's another one, Manfred, let me know, and we'll go ahead and check my list here. All right. Excuse me. I have to take care of something. Come on. Come on. I'll let you about the dog. Okay, we'll start with Michael. Kilo, Juliet 7, Victor, India Delta. Out of Olympia, Washington. Is a fabrication inspector, holds a general class license, is an ARL member, interested in public interest and mentoring. I heard about us from Google, interested in field day, interested in technical special interest, public service, education, training, strategic planning, and facilities. Interested in swap meet, that's coming up. Picnics and banquets, we'll see about banquets. Michael, do you have a couple words, some brief words to tell us about yourself?
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to say. I'm Newham. Got my license early last year. I'm, well, a little mic shy, but I haven't been on the repeater. I like building antennas, and I think I'm going to do a lot of portable stuff. We'll see what's going on there, but just bought a new radio yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I'm going to try to get on the air. I live in an apartment though, so we have to deal with all that. high noise floor, and well, grounding issues, bonding, actually trying to get something there. But so I'm kind of limited in the what I can do at home. So I figured that going to parks and doing POTA is the way to go. So that's where I'm planning on doing. That's why building wire antennas and battery boxes are a thing for me right now. We'll see how that goes. Working on a 50 amp lithium iron phosphate battery box, and trying to get that done. Basically new to electronics and radio in general, so I'm learning a lot.
All right, thank you very much.
And I would enjoy some mentoring and some group activities.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go to the next person. I'm going to give us their call sign, and I want him to explain or to tell me how his name is pronounced. So I apologize. Nancy Bravo 2 Yankee. Can you please tell us how to pronounce your name? I don't want to slaughter it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Guangqiang.
Guan Chang? Okay.
Yes.
All right. He is located in Bellevue, a software engineer, holds an extra class license, is an ARL member. He moved to Bellevue, probably from Tuland. He heard about us by doing probably a Google search. Interested in field day, technical special interest, and education training. Interested in the swap meet, which is coming up. Parades, seafair, marathon walks, bicycle events. And would you like to tell us about yourself, please, briefly?
Hi. I moved here 2 years ago from California because I want a bigger yard for my antenna, and I love ham radio when I'm in university. Got my license about 10 years ago when I'm in Miami. I have some basic equipment like TS5090 at home, and FT817 well hike, and FT8800 in the car, and some other handholds. I like small hardware and software projects like DMR or APRS decoding, something like a software defined radio, and I think that's all.
All right, thank you very much. Move down to Victor. KJ7 Charlie Bravo Mike. He is located in Renton. A financial analyst. Okay. Holds a general class license. Is an ARL member. Wants to build on amateur radio skills and contribute back as able. Is a Racies. He heard about us through Racies. Interested in field day. Interested in technical special interest public service education training. Interested in the swap meet. Also interested parade, seafair, marathon walks, bicycle events. Victor, would you like to tell us some brief stuff about yourself?
Thank you. I guess it was probably high school age. I had a shortwave radio and enjoyed listening to whatever I could find. Generally, it was Voice of America, Radio Netherlands, and of course, listening to the time for just being able to pick that up and just being amazed at how much I could pick up with a very simple, straight, long wire. And over time, I just didn't have space for radios and such, and so wasn't able to participate in it, but got back involved through REX, the Rent and Emergency Communications Services, and got some basic handheld equipment with that, learning that system, being able to contribute back to the community. And I got my own cobweb antenna and have been working diligently at trying to get that tuned up and being able to get on the air with it, but still have been able to listen and been enjoying what I could hear and seeing just how much I could pick up with it, and looking to continue and grow within the hobby and learn more. And as I say, as I am able to contribute back, and look forward to being a part of this group.
Let's try it again. Thank you very much. I'll go to, I skipped one here, Jim. KJ7 Zulu Whiskey November. Lives in the Bonnie Lake area. Retired. Want to be there soon. Holds a general class license. Is an ARL member. Wants to join the club for fun and learning. Heard about us through email. Is interested in field day. Interested in technical and special interests, like to be involved in the swap meet. And Jim, would you like to give us some brief information about yourself?
Sure. Hey, thanks for inviting me. Thanks for listening as well. So Jim Roach got involved in amateur radio when I was in high school, and I got an advanced class or up to advanced class, worked my high school radio station. And then as the years progressed and continued my education at college and stuff, no access to a radio, no access to go online. And so for years, what I said to my wife, I said, hey, I'd love to get back into amateur radio. It was a lot of fun, that sort of thing. And family came around, didn't have time. Work was pretty busy. And so finally, I retired after a number of years with Cisco Systems in San Jose. And I ran out of excuses. So I said, now's the time if I'm going to do it. And so here in actually Tahali, if you're familiar with in a Trilogy 55 plus community, we've got a very strong HOA, which means they have to have a very small or stealthy antenna somewhere. So I think my interests right now are to do some HF as best I can and to try around with the antenna design, see what I can get by, see what I can design or get to work. My God, digital. There wasn't any digital when I was back in the day, back in high school, there was no digital. So I got to figure out what that's all about. And I think basically it's just meet you all, try to learn from you, try to have some fun. And, my garage is cold. So as it gets warmer, I think I'll spend more quality time with my radio. So anyways, that's me. That's what I've come to do, come to learn.
Thank you very much. And I don't want to slaughter this name also. So WA7SUN, would you please tell me how to pronounce your name correctly?
Hello, yeah, my name is Shihua.
Okay. Okay, located in Bellevue, Washington. Got us through an email, another software engineer. Can't imagine why there's all those software engineers in Bellevue. General class license, is not a league member. Is listening on the K7 LED repeater for a while. Wants to make friends. Make friends online. Make friends. You heard about us through online search. We need to tell him about field day. He's interested in technical, special interest, public service, education, training, and interested parade and seafair. You heard about a swap meet. So would you like to tell us some brief stuff about yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Like you said, I'm a software engineer living in Bellevue, and I recently got my radio license like last year. Most of the time, I work with a local radio group called BCS, the Belleville Communication Service, for the help on the emergency preparedness. And also, I started to work on the HF with the FT8 mode, so it's a digital mode. And also during that time, I found it's kind of challenging for starter, so that's why I'd like to join the group and to learn those technology and also practice.
Okay. Thank you very much. Martin, Whiskey 7, Papa Oscar Tango, located in Seattle. He is an IT consultant. Holds a general class license, not a league member. He wants to support the local ham community. You are hard to miss if Googling ham radio in Seattle. So I guess Google works for us. He's interested in field day, also interested in technical and special interest, interested in swap meet picnics and banquets, and also interested in bicycle events. Mark, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hope everybody can hear me. My name's Martin. Been a ham for a year now. Came to it kind of combination of already being in IT, so I'm a bit of a gear nerd. Then kind of during COVID with the disconnection from everything in the real world, it seemed like a good time to jump into radio. I've done some FM broadcast stuff a while ago, so my interest was already peaked, so I went ahead and got the license. Also, I do a lot of outdoor stuff, so it's nice. I like bringing the handhelds with me when I'm, camping, fishing, hiking, stuff like that, because, in the event of an emergency, it seems like a really handy thing to have with you. So I wanted to join the club mostly because you guys seem to be really active. This Zoom meeting has confirmed that for me. So that's good. I'm excited about the swap meet and maybe getting to meet some people in person.
My apology about the dog. Dog is very vocal at times. Apology about that.
Oh yeah, here. Hold on, I have a dog in the room too. I'll show
yeah, I saw that. I saw that dog. Very nice dog.
This is Beatrice. She's my almost 1-year-old puppy. She's a total handful, but she's been good through the meeting.
Yep. All right. Do any club members have any questions for any of the prospective members? Please be aware that we have a couple more things we need to get to today. So please be brief.
Steve, we also have Delia still to introduce.
Who?
Delia, KJ7YED.
Oh, all right. Okay, missed that one. That was the 7th one. Okay. KJ7YED, located in Auburn, as a technician, newly acquired license, wants to learn more. He heard about us from a friend. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Hi, yes, my name's Delia, and I'm a new technician. I'm a new technician ham as of April of 2021. I've always been really interested in ham radio and how radio works, and I finally had an opportunity to sort of like study and learn and get a radio. But from the practical experience, I haven't really had an opportunity to do that. So I thought that this club would help with that. So I'm just want to learn more. And I'm also worked in emergency medical services in a support capacity for my whole career. So emergency communications is interest of mine.
All right. Did we forget anyone? Did I forget anyone else, Manford?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Steve.
Okay. Hal?
Yeah, I just had one comment for all the new people who are joining, and for those who have joined in the past. A good way to get to know us members of the Mike and Kay Ham Club is to come on down to the swap meet in March 11th and 12th and give us a hand down there. You will not only learn a little bit about the rest of the club members, but you also get a chance to see a lot of amateur radio equipment down there and stuff that you may be able to use as you continue on. Welcome to the club.
Great. Any other club members have brief questions for any of the prospective members? Okay. Jim, I will let you go ahead and put the 6 people into the waiting room.
Okay, so I'm gonna move everybody that's prospective members into the waiting room, and we'll have you join us back in just a little bit.
I think that was 7.
7, right, thank you.
Okay, don't talk. So I can, it keeps shuffling the names around when. Alrighty. Couple more. One more. Okay. No more asterisks. I'm no more exclamations. Okay.
Actually, I think you probably put one person that wasn't.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll start at the top of the list here. Michael, KJ7 VID. Anyone have any comments about Michael?
Sounds like a pretty cool dude. Wants to get involved in portable ops, which I think is pretty neat.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns? All right.
I think this is Michelle. I think it was Michael that said it, but I'm not sure. But for everybody else, he said he was mic shy, right? I just wanted to add that a lot of us are key shy anyway.
Key shy, yes.
It's like ham by ham radio. It's like it really helps with the mic fright. That's for sure. It's like the more you get used to it.
Okay. Jim, would you please launch the vote?
Okay, so only members. And I let you back in, Steve, so you can vote.
I did see that. Thank you very much. I was going to help you put people in, but I saw that I couldn't do that.
All righty. So
all right. So we'll move down the list. And the next one on my list is White Chang. I'm still having issues.
Guang Chang.
Wang Chang. Any comments about him? The software engineer one of the software engineers out of Bellevue, and
I thought it was Guang Chung, not Chang.
Chung. Okay. All right.
No matter how we say it, it's going to be wrong.
Yes, that's why I wanted to get him to pronounce it for me, so that we'd at least get it right once. Any comments? Okay. Thank you.
It's good that the club is working on its diversity skills. We're getting good wide variety of members.
Yes.
And it's good to see YLs too.
Right. Thank you. Jim Roach.
If we could just get some more CW ops.
Let's not go too far.
I'm working on it, Dink.
All right, gentleman out of Bonnie Lake, the retired gentleman out of Bonnie Lake. Retired general out of Bonnie Lake. Anything else? Anyone know him?
Yeah, he actually joined the radio club at Tacoma, and he joined one of our meetings, and he's a pretty good dude. Probably a nice guy.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you.
We should also be asking them how much can they lift so that we can find people to lift tables.
Well, we've had quite a few people that have been interested in the swap meet, so that's been a good thing.
Okay.
All right. All right, next one on the list here. Victor. He is the gentleman out of Renton that is the finance analyst with the general class license and a Racy's team member. Anyone know anything about him?
Yeah, he's a member of Renton Emergency Communication Service, and he's been participating in that. So he sounds like he's really eager to get into the ham radio and up his game, so to speak.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You turned into a good arm twister, Carl.
I don't hold a candle to Mark. Sorry. I can only aspire to be.
All right. Next one on my list. Get over in the right spot here. Sun.
Suisan. Suiha.
Suisan. Okay. He is a software engineer at Bellevue, and he holds a general class license. He's been listening on the repeater for a while. Anyone know anything about him?
Does he have good connections at Microsoft? We can tell him what to do with their software.
Good luck with that. Okay.
It would be nice.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Hold on here. Sorry, trying to update forms and everything else while doing this. Danielle, I missed her. Thank you. Delia. Technician, didn't have a lot on her form. She is a technician, and that's all we got. That's all we know about her. I wouldn't know anything about her.
What was the call sign?
The call sign is KJ7YED. KJ7YED. I didn't try QRZ search.
Well, she has interest and she's a ham. I say, let's go for it.
I concur.
Okay. All right. I'm fine.
KJ7 Yankee Echo Delta?
Correct.
Oh.
She has an empty QRZ page.
Yeah, that's, and looking at when she got her ticket, when her license, actually she didn't even put when her ticket's expiring. So I'm guessing fairly new. All right.
We should have
and
one more.
We do. I'm
Okay.
getting down to the last one here.
Good.
Martin, Whiskey 7 POT. He's the outdoors person and the IT consultant. Holds a general class, and a Google search works for us, obviously, because that's how I found us. So anyone know anything about Martin? Okay. All right.
Okay. So we're 7 new members. Let me
7
add
new
them
members. Okay, and Manfred, the page has been updated.
Thank you, Steve. Excellent.
in. Okay. Welcome everybody to the 7 newest members. Congratulations. One thing I ask is treasurer, if you could go to the website and there's a section there for membership, and we have PayPal and Square to send in your first membership dues, or you can send an old-fashioned check if you want to do that. There's the PO box there too.
And I'll just throw in my usual 2 cents to all new members. It's great to go up to the website. The newsletters are all up on the website, and you can peruse old newsletters to get a sense of who we are. And of course, you can always submit an article to the relay. Shameless plug.
I would like to encourage all new members to update their QRZ page, because if we want to contact you, that's where you put your email address. So that's what basically everybody does.
Phil, back to you. I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Steve, and congratulations to all the new members. Thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you on board. So now we're going to go ahead and go to Secretary Carl. Anything to report?
No report.
Okay, thank you. Treasurer Jim.
So the big thing now is paying things for the swap meet, and looking forward to seeing everybody at the swap meet. And we'll have hopefully a new treasurer come to the board meeting, or a candidate for the new treasurer, because my new job during the week is definitely cutting back on my time. So that's all I've got.
All right, thank you, Jim. Jason, activities manager.
Hey guys, let's see. So the activity for next month is the board elections, actually. So we will be tied up with that. So hopefully folks will run and join us in the board and add your flavor to the mix. It'd be wonderful. Let's see. If you have presentation suggestions, always reach out to activities@mikeandkey.org. Auction donations, of course, are always welcome and greatly appreciated. Hopefully we'll be meeting back in person, so the raffle will get put back into swing with whoever the new activities manager is, if that's the direction they are going to go. Again, auction donations, same place, activities@mikeandkey.org. And as a reminder, all auction proceeds go to the end of year gift in December, and also cash donations. So we had some gracious folks that were able to donate at the end of the year to make up the little shortfall we had due to lack of auctions. So it was wonderful. We were able to give away, I believe it was 5 or 6 items. So it was great. No auction this month, and that is about it for me. Back to you, Phil. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jason. I'm looking forward to seeing all y'all at the swap meet. Should be a good time, and I'm really looking forward to our next in-person meeting. Radio Officer Hal.
Nothing to report at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like the snow is getting to be a little less up at the site, so might be able to get up there towards the end of March.
Excellent. Very good. Good to hear, Hal. Thanks. Web committee, Dave Smith. Or Dan. No. Okay. Relay editor, David.
Just keep those cards and letters coming. Always looking for articles, pictures, stories, humorous anecdotes, whatever you like. Please send them to the relay. Thank you. And of course, we're doing a help wanted as well, as I am stopping as the relay editor as of the end of June. And so we're looking for a replacement.
Okay, great. So if anybody's interested, who do they contact?
They can contact me.
Okay, great.
And they can use the relay email if they wish on the site if they don't have my personal email.
Okay, great. Thank you, David. You've done some good work for the relay and we all appreciate it. Any officers, editors I didn't call on have anything to report? Not hearing anything. Move along to committees. Membership, Manfred or Rita?
Rita, would you like to say anything?
No, nothing to report. You can go ahead and let them know about what's going on with our attempts to recruit newer members.
Right. Well, first of all, thank you, Rita. First of all, congratulations to all the new members from the membership committee side. Thank you for joining the club. Right. We did have an article in the last relay about our annual, activities during the last 12 months. So you probably saw that it describes in detail what we've been doing. Right. That's it from my side in this particular role.
Okay, great. Thank you, Manfred, for that membership report. Jay
Phil?
with facilities. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did somebody speak up for membership?
Phil,
Go ahead.
Manfred indicated that we would have 6 bylaw amendments presented to the membership during this meeting.
I believe that will be during.
According to our bylaws, any bylaw amendments must have a 2/3 vote of those voting.
That'll be coming up.
Yeah, that's during old business, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Jay, back to you for facilities.
Yep, no change in status right now. Everything's still status quo. We're just reviewing on a month-to-month basis when we're ready to go back to in-person meetings or hybrid meetings, I should say, at Salvation Army facility.
Yeah, looking forward to the next time we can do that. Education and training, Robert, KF7 RWA or Daniel Stevens. Okay, I don't think either of them are here, so go ahead and move along to public service. Robert, KD7WNV or Jeff?
I'll take it. So in terms of public service events, there's Chili Hilly coming up shortly this month, but it is already fully staffed. There's no other events until late April, so we'll have the list of events out there before then. There's some MS walks and a few other 1 or 2 other events in late April, and then we kick into the season, so to speak, in terms of public service events. I have been working on the content for the booklet and near having that ready in terms of the content, hoping to do the layout with Brendan early part of this coming week. We do have a couple of concerns. So one, I think I have a ready solution for. The other I wanted to bring to the group. The lesser concern is the software. Brendan no longer has access to the InDesign software. We brought this up at the November meeting, and a couple of members mentioned that they had access to it, but it didn't get that didn't get captured in the recording, so I don't know who they are. If the now I can do it's a monthly subscription, and actually we can do a 7-day trial. So I think we can. I think we have a solution to this, but I just did want to mention if anyone already has access to Adobe InDesign software, please contact me. Either send me a chat here, or you can reach me at the public service email address, and that would save us going through the hassle of dealing with that. The larger concern is in terms of the printing of the booklet. The printers that we've been using for a number of years, because they're much cheaper than commercial printers, is the Monroe reformatory printers. And I had contacted them back in December, maybe November, and made sure that they were in operation and so forth. And I spoke with the guy that I'd worked with there the last year or two, and he said that was the case, and but he was going to be retiring, and I'd probably be dealing with someone else come January, February. But it might be someone that had been there before, that we'd worked with before. That wasn't that big of a deal. But when I went to them for a quote in January, late January, I got an instant reply that they were shut down for a couple of weeks due to COVID, and that they supposedly were going to be maybe reopening shortly after I sent them that email, but I didn't hear back from them for a while. I have heard back from them, but they were shut down longer than that. And when they came back, they had a fractional staff and are dealing with a backlog. So right now I have a fair amount of concern as to whether they are going to be able to print the booklet in time for the swap meet. And my intent is to go ahead and produce the content of the booklet, particularly into a PDF format. We could have that on the website and promote that for download as we've done previously, but actually promote that at the website. If we're not able to get the printed booklets for distribution at the swap meet, which is our primary distribution, particularly this year, because we don't know what's going to be our alternate channels of distribution with meetings and licensing sessions and so forth. But I did want to bring that up here, both in terms of just making people aware of that concern, and also if anyone has a relationship with a commercial printer that they've used for some purpose, either in their personal or business, perhaps let me know about that, and we could look into whether they have capacity to print if the reformatory printers cannot come through for us. So again, you can contact me, either chat here in the meeting or email me at the Mike and Key Public Service Committee email address.
Got a quick question. Dick, WA7NIW. I saw an email about the special, the cruise thing. Are you still looking for a person to do that?
Yes, I am. I've organized communications for the cruise for the last pretty close to 20 years, I think. And due to moving outside the area, it's something I can't do anymore. So I'm looking for someone to take over the leadership on the communications group. The event itself is an afternoon event, one day, and I have a list of hams that have been participating. We've the last 2 years have been virtual, so we haven't actually gone out on the water or anything. So it's something that's going to be picked up again. Seafair is the main organizer. the Seafair Parade Marshals work on this thing, and what we mainly do is count guests into and out of the volunteer bus system. First Student has provided buses, and anyway, the hams have been working this event for many decades, and it would be a good thing to carry that on. So if anyone's interested in taking it over, that would be great. I was hoping that an organization, possibly Mike and Key, maybe Seattle ACS was the initial one I approached, that has a larger member base and could maybe take over the leadership of this thing, would be a good choice. It would be a good, it's a good practice exercise, gets you out and even gives you a chance to get a boat ride. So that's about it. It takes place in December, usually about a week after Thanksgiving, so the week after the marathon. So anyway, if anyone's interested in doing that, go ahead and contact me, and then later on I'll say something about the wagon wheel.
Hey, Manfred, can you put this down as a topic for the board meeting?
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dick. I saw that from ACS, and they were asking if we could ask Mike and Key members, since it's public service. Okay, enough from me.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Dick. Yeah, it's like I might be interested in that. So yeah, we'll see. Looking forward to it. Next on my list of committees here, I've got technical and special interest. Dan or Mark?
Dan deferred to me. And for those that just recently signed up on your application checklist, there were things like what you wanted to get interested in. And a good place to start is checking in and listening to our nightly social net. You'll get to hear a lot of familiar names and faces and call signs. Also check in on Wednesday evening at the same time for the TechNet. A good place to bring your newbie questions, and a lot of good people there to answer. What happened recently is there are now 2 new groups that gave us access to groups.io, where you can send in talk things over there. Also, we were discussing the possibility of having a, let's see, what did we call it? Zoomathon place where Elmer Zoom, that's what it was. Which takes place after the technical net on Wednesday evening, but we wanted to possibly see if there was another evening that we wanted to have a group place where people can come in and feel very comfortable asking their silly questions, but because there aren't any silly questions. As a matter of fact, I'm tutoring a couple of folks right now. You'll hear me quite often on the Wednesday night TechNet, and I invite all those others who have the same experience level that I do to please come in and show your wares. See, what else did I forget? Anything? Oh, if you're a recently new member since about October last year, you may have received an email invitation from me to join us on the technical and special interest to bring your ideas. One last comment is, if you want to get involved in ham radio, join one of the committees, and especially coming in the technical special interest. We need some more input. So thank you. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Next, let's see here. Does Hal or Mike have anything else to add for swap meet, other than what was presented?
No, I think just to encourage people to take a chance and sign up and come on down and give us a hand. We do need some help, and there's several spots that we can put you. It doesn't require a lot of work, doesn't require a lot of time. You can sign up for a couple hours, or you can sign and be there a whole day, or whatever is your druthers. So, but we need people to in various spots.
I have nothing else.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. And I posted the list for posted the website. If anybody wants to volunteer, it should be in the chat. Come on down, give us a hand, and help make the swap meet happen. Let's see. I don't see David or anybody with field day here, so I guess we'll just skip that for now.
No, he posted in the chat his.
Oh, he did.
He had to leave.
Oh, okay. Great, thank you, Mark.
Field day is Friday, June. Oh, sorry. Field day is Friday, June 24th, Saturday, June 25th, Sunday, June 26th. Setup starts on Friday at 10 a.m. Field day event itself runs from 11 a.m. Saturday through 11 a.m. Sunday. If you haven't already completed the survey, do it here. If you can attend, let them know. And then there's a Google Docs survey thing that's in there.
So again,
in
he
the
also
chat.
posted the link to the and I think in the groups, or if you're on the Discord, it's also posted in the Ragchew channel on the Discord. So go in if you're interested in field day, if you could fill out the survey, that would be great. Are there any committees I didn't call on have anything to report? No? We'll go ahead and move along to old business, and I think there is something with old business. Go ahead if you have something.
This Manfred, we have the bylaws.
The bylaws vote, yes,
to,
go ahead.
to approve. Right, so maybe Michael can speak to that.
Thank you, Manfred. I have not heard any questions about the bylaw amendments. The bylaw amendments were made necessary by the new statute which the state legislature passed last year, requiring that if any nonprofit organization wants to meet remotely or on Zoom like we are, they must have that permission in their bylaws. There are other sections of the new statute which require amendment of our bylaws, but these are mainly minor tweaks. The only one that's caused any discussion was the one that said that we must have a email or other electronic address for each of our members. The requirement seemed to me to be pretty innocuous, but it turned out that there were a number of people, 13 out of nearly 300, who had not provided an email address to the club. I'm going to unclick. Coming back, the other bylaw amendments are mostly to point out that somebody running for secretary, for example, needs to preserve the records required by the new statute, which is RCW, Revised Code of Washington, 24.03A alpha .210. That section provides that the club must keep certain records, and according to our bylaws, that would be the obligation of the secretary to ascertain that those records could be obtained by any member requesting them. The other statutory requirements are pretty common sense. And the main thing is that the legislature has not changed this statute for 50 years. And the requirement that we designate an annual meeting is in the new statute, as well as the statute that we be able to meet remotely, namely via Zoom, as we have been. While I would argue that we could meet these things, we have had members in the past who have really hated the club. And when those people really hated the club, they have brought up almost any reason that they could throw a monkey wrench into our operations. With nearly 300 members now, we really need to be able to contact everybody by email, because we have been unable to find anybody who is willing to address snail mail to the 13 holdouts. The 13 holdouts were to be contacted by our club treasurer, and most of them have been contacted. And most of them just don't care whether they're members of the club or not. So one of the bylaw amendments that I've requested is that the club could terminate the membership of anybody who refused to allow us to contact them electronically. And that seems to me to be a reasonable way to deal with the requirement that we be able to contact all of our members, and that no one member could cause us to have to hire an outside attorney to defend us if they should question whether or not our operations are in accordance with the new law. I will stand by for any questions that people might have. These amendments were published in the relay 2 relays ago, so they have more than covered the requirement that we publish in the relay more than 20 days ahead of a vote. Are there any questions before we vote on whether the bylaws should be amended?
Looks like Sam has his hand up. Go ahead, Sam.
I don't have a question, but as a former multiple time member of the bylaws committee, I want to commend Michael and the group for all the work they've done. Trust me, folks, having been through this, every word, every punctuation mark, everything in these proposals has been cussed and discussed ad infinitum. And trust me, this is the best thing you're going to get. It's really been massaged. So I recommend everybody vote for it.
So
Yeah, I agree.
also as another thing, this is an up or down vote on everything, the entire thing. You cannot pick and choose. It's up or down for the whole thing. If you reject it, the board has to go back and modify this accordingly.
But the board also recommends that you support it.
It was a close vote.
As I mentioned, the membership vote must be 2/3 or more in order to amend the bylaws.
2/3 of members present.
2/3 of members voting.
Michelle?
Yes, I wanted to just ask, is there a motion in order right now?
This is Sam, I so move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second.
I thought the board voting to do this was a motion.
No,
No, it has to be brought to the membership.
I second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just one comment from my side.
ahead.
The bylaws were emailed out to the whole club through the groups.io email list on February 21st. So that was more than 3 weeks ago. And then there were some smallish corrections made, inconsequential corrections. So what we're voting on here is the version that was printed in the last newsletter, in the February newsletter at the appendix.
Yeah, that's correct.
And the minor change was, instead of calling flea market, it is now the swap meet. So that was the minor correction.
Yeah, substantially the same thing.
As the club's volunteer council, I advise you that those are de minimis corrections and it need not be recirculated for another 20-day cooling off period.
Yeah,
Motioned it.
agreed.
Who seconded?
Michael, I think.
Who motioned and who seconded?
Sam motioned.
Sam
Sam.
motioned and KG7MX second.
Thank you.
Ready for the vote?
For the vote.
If there's no further discussion, we can go to the vote. Go ahead.
Bit confused. Michelle and I each moved and I seconded. Now, what did Sam and Carl move and second? Because that's
I
foul.
think it was all simultaneous and it's who we heard first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Gil.
Yeah, I just asked if there was a motion in order to be motioned right now.
Yeah, but I thought you said.
That got answered.
Asking for the question, yeah.
Okay, so it
No
passes 33 out of 35 that have voted, 94%. So
That is 2/3 and it looks like it passes. Okay. Do you have anything further, Manfred?
I do. We have also the elections coming up.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, yes, nominations. Go ahead.
Right, so we have a.
One comment,
Yes,
Dave,
a
Dave,
comment from Dave.
go ahead.
I
Go
will
ahead, Dave.
make the update at the website. I will make the update at the website appropriate location and then send an email out indicating update has been made.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Go ahead, Manfred, with the elections nominations.
okay, so thank you, Phil. So the elections will be coming up at the next general meeting in March 19, I believe it is. And in the last newsletter, February newsletter, you can find on page 7 at the bottom a table that shows who is currently running. And so, so the positions to be elected are all of the officers and 2 of the trustees, trustees number 2 and 4. And you can see that we have at least one candidate who is willing to run again to be re-elected for the same position, but we also have several new candidates for activities manager. There are 3, in fact, and for trustee number 2, there are 2. So, so if you take a look and if you have any other nominees, please let us know here or send an email to the board email address, and we'll be glad to include everybody. Just one caveat: the treasurer position is special in the sense that that position needs to be vetted by the board, and we currently have one candidate, Scott Gilliard, who kindly takes over. Or intends
No,
to
we
take
do
over.
not. They have not been approved yet.
Who intends to take over? Sorry,
Thank you.
rephrasing. From Jim, and we'll vet him at the next board meeting. So if there's anybody else who would need to be vetted, please bring that person forward. And then, of course, feel free to nominate yourselves too. Thank you.
Manfred, can you go through the list real quick?
Yes, of course. So for president, we currently have Phil, K7PIA, who is currently president. He's running again. For vice president, we have Steve Cook, KD7IQL, who is also going to offer to run again. For secretary, we have Carl Reynolds, N7CJR. who is going to run again. For treasurer, we have Scott Gilliard, KC7 SAG. For activities manager, we have 3 candidates: Jackson Davis, K7 CTB, David Gerald, KJ7 AKG, and Jeff Seaman, KJ7 TTY. For trustee number 2, we have Jeff Seaman, also KJ7 TTY, and Jason Nierenberg, KJ7 GLB. And for trustee number 4, it's myself, AG7 and R.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did KE7JIM Jim Canary have a candidate to propose to the membership also? I believe the board received an email from him that he had a candidate.
The candidate was Scott Gilliard, and we're going to vote him in for treasurer at the next board meeting. I don't have any other candidates.
Do we want to ask for any additional nominations at this time for any of the positions that have been mentioned?
Also, another note to consider is that you must be present on March to
be present to
voted
win.
in. Yes, you must be present to win or lose, however you want to call that.
No, win.
Any other nominations? So I'm
Oh, that's
supposed
what I was gonna add, that must be present. And that's either now in person or hopefully, or a combination of Zoom.
Yes. And so, so I'm supposed to run the election at the next general meeting. I'll be on travel myself, but I'll be certainly using Zoom to participate. If that's it, thanks so much, Phil. Back to you. K7 PIA. Josette.
Somebody wake Phil up.
Phil, back to net.
Okay. Unless Phil is going to respond. Anything for the good of the order?
Any new business?
Thank you. Or any new business? Thank you.
This is Dave, KI7BLV.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure it's new business. I believe I've brought it up before. I'm one of the net hosts for the Digital Hamsnet on Mondays, and I've been seeking an update to the website listing for nets. I've sent an email to the info, and I've leaned on a couple of members here, hoping their voice has more weight than mine, but I'm still waiting for an update to the website for the nets.
Okay,
From
please,
the digital
please send a note to info.
Okay.
The info email address. Also CC the board, and we'll get that taken care of for you.
Great, thank you.
Can I jump on that? As I have a listing for, I'm not directly involved in the web, but since I'm working on the booklet, is there a change in the digital Hamsnet?
Yes, we are no longer exclusively on the Columbia WW7 SEA. We are rotating towers. So I'm seeking to have the link to the website that we created instead of a repeater. We're looking for a link because we rotate repeaters, so the schedule is on the website.
Oh, okay. That might be, I guess we could just list it. Well, it depends on how long the web address is. They have more flexibility on the web, but I'm constrained on space in the booklet.
I don't remember receiving an email from you at info@mykentucky.org, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Maybe that's the issue.
All right. Okay. So we've at least got you've at least got the information. Is there anything else you have for us?
Yeah, Mark misspelled it, but it's PSDHN. PSDHN is in November.org.
Okay.
Dave, go ahead and send that to me in an email and
Okay.
I'll help get it going.
Okay,
We'll get
great.
it taken care of for you.
This is
Thank
the Monday night net?
Correct, 8 p.m.
Yeah. Okay, so I had an update in my work that you were rotating between the 44455 and the 14708 alternate weeks. Is it less structured than that?
That's currently the rotation right now. That is
Okay.
subject to change. That's why we're just going to default to the website, because that could change.
Okay.
All right.
I'll see what we can do with the space available.
Any other new information? Okay. Anything for the good of the order? And we are at the bottom of the 12:30 hour. All right. Phil looks like he is has got another conversation going. So
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Unless there's anything else, let's go ahead and put a fork in this. So
So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and those that want to stick around and chat for a while, we can stick around and chat.
all right.
7 RHE.